Don't go swimming.
Simply Vibin' with Christy Chanel and Phoebe James.
It's going to be that kind of night.
Let's go.
So today on Simply Vibin', we are not going to be live. We are just going to be hanging out, keeping it casual today. And we're going to talk about some of the headlines, hot headlines, and there is a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
News moves fast right now.
It's been a wild week. I did want to bring up, we released our second episode on Simply Vibin' last week.
Yay.
And I know. And so I figured, I also did some shorts. So I put some on TikTok and some on Instagram on our Simply Vibin' page. And I did get some comments. So I figured we might as well listen to some of these.
Don't break my heart tonight.
Oh, no. I think we have more people positively commenting.
That's good.
Than we do negative.
And I shouldn't say break my heart, because if someone has something negative to say, I'm always up for a fight.
I know you are, but I'm
or a
the one
debate,
on
I should
social
say.
media.
A debate.
You're not
I know.
there to defend me.
I told you, just tag me in. Ding, ding. Just let me know. You got to just let me know.
Duncan said the media was saying it was a toss-up. I don't know where anyone saw Blue Wave. We got Home Fires Burning. Mm-hmm. Said the media is owned by the Democratic Party, so the media has been indoctrinating you.
I think
and then I put Fox News is on TV too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, part of the media, yes, partly true, but it's kind of split. The conservative, the Republicans have their media they own outright and put what they want in it, and then the Democrats, that's a fair equal parts.
Okay, so then I put another one out. This one actually got a lot of views. That last one only got a few, but this one got like almost 2,000 views, which is high for a channel that doesn't have that many followers because we haven't really
started.
Up with it. Yeah. So
I'm so disappointed in Joe.
I am too.
He made fun of Trump during the last election. His last time running. He was not on the Trump train. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't. I mean, I know the Democrats suck, but that still doesn't mean you have to jump on the Trump train. Hell, jump on the independent train. Support Cornel West. Support somebody other than Trump.
I don't even know, but Bajarin and Connie or something. I think she meant to say where you get to know people and listen to other people, you will see them differently. When you get to know people and listen to other people, you will see them different. Okay. I don't even know what that means. Zit Rollin is the next one. He has been on the Trump train since the beginning, I believe. I always knew he was for Trump. And then a lovey face. They found us. Walk Off Homer said, "Bless your hearts, girls. You didn't see that coming. Did you not listen to him at all during 2020? He didn't listen to us at all either,
right?
Katie, apparently, because you did not.
I listened. I was listening to Joe then.
I
just stopped listening to him when he went. When he went corporate. When I had to pay to listen to him.
Yeah, I responded. And I said, I only listened to clips, not a true listener, so I wasn't clued in as to what his voting choice was. Luckily, we voted on our morals, so we weren't swayed like the rest of the sheep. And then somebody said, how about God bless America?
We can all agree on that.
I love you. Yes, we can definitely all agree on that. Zirk Ziti said Republicans control every branch of the government. He won every damn state but 20 and won the popular vote. It's almost like the DNC agenda was rejected by normal people. And then he had a pointing finger. Then we have Heidi. I'd like to see a fact sheet or legislation that supports your statement. This is where I'm talking about how senators and stuff in our state are trying to make it so that we can't cross state lines and get an abortion.
Oh, okay.
And I said, I live in Texas and Google is free. and then she said, exactly the response I thought I'd get. And I said, text. So then I went and I fucking copy and pasted a headline and put it in there because it doesn't let me put as much as I want to. So I copied a headline that says, Texas is passing a law allowing police to apprehend all pregnant women leaving state lines. And then I put, again, Google is free, copy, paste.
Yeah.
It's the mindset of them just not, they think we're lying. Like, how? How do you think we're lying about that? It's everywhere.
Right. Well, and if we're lying, it's because we got fake information from the media. But like, I don't, like you can't win anymore because it, if we're lying, it's because we were told it was fact and like prove us otherwise. Then like show us where that's not fact. But yeah, I can start putting links up if I get my information from a link. A lot of my information comes from a book. Guys, what do you do then?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So then I have the only saying, do we not preach condoms anymore? Why do we let men off the hook?
Oh, I agree there, but I
have no problem with that.
Right.
I think we're just...
I agree. I agree with that. Like, yep, I agree there. We need to put men on the hook for this too.
No,
I think it should be like, if we're going to penalize women, then we should like make it to where men have to make it a law that they have to take care of that kid, or make it a law that they have to get a vasectomy. I don't know. Like, I don't know. They should be a part of this somehow because they're the second half making that baby. But
100%.
So I will agree with this person. Yes.
Absolutely. And then I wanted to go to YouTube on the channel because someone that has been a loyal listener who and I just love seeing when she pops up. So hold on. You probably haven't seen it. So I wanted to read it to you and let her know that we saw it.
Is this our listener from Germany?
No, this is a friend of yours.
Well, I just want to give a shout out because we have a listener in Germany that's been loyal since Code Green Plant and now is listening to Simply Vibin', and I just want to say welcome and thank you. I wish I knew your name. Send me an email, Phoebe. Oh wait, I gotta get an email. I'm like, I don't even have one.
Email.
I do.
Send you a link. You can get an email.
Because I was about to say my old one, and I'm like, oh wait, no. I don't have that right now. Okay.
No, but they can send a text message if they hit the link in the show notes right there in the podcast.
Or they can just leave a message like Christy's going to read it to me. She'll let me know. Yeah, leave a comment.
Yeah,
tell me your name, Germany.
I think you guys should reach out to me and say, Phoebe needs a Simply Vibin' email. And this was on the actual full-length podcast.
Okay.
Barb B. Hopkins.
My girl. Yep.
Yeah. I love it. I see her now. I'm starting to get used to her coming around and hanging out with us, in social media areas.
Yeah.
So she put, local government is a great start. City council, school board, whatever you have an interest. We, the people, have to get involved, not just secondhand information. Know what's going on in your community and state. You said it best. Don't go back to sleep. So I love that.
That's awesome. Yeah,
it's
she's
actually
so right.
Good information.
Very good information. Yeah. That's
So,
exactly what you do, where you start.
Yeah. So Barb, please keep dropping the comments. We love it. Thank you. So yeah, those were some that
Well, not bad. We didn't get creamed or anything yet. That's good. I know it'll come. I'm waiting to hear from Kinsey.
So her name, I'm just going to give her first name, assuming she's real. But her email does show that that's really her name in her email. So I'm kind of thinking it is real. Her name is Kinsey. She said, "Hi, Christy, ! I recently started listening to your podcast because I have a New Year's resolution of smoking more marijuana." Don't we all?
Every year.
Every year. I'm good. I'm good. I don't know if Kenzie would be as well versed in this area.
You never know. You never know. I don't know what area Kenzie would have been well versed in, but we'll find out one day, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, Kenzie probably left because we hadn't been here for a while, but we're back, Kenzie.
We are.
And Phoebe doesn't have an email for you to send it to her, and so you
Kenzie liked me. I remember. I'm like, welcome, come on back, Kens.
I know, seriously. Those were some of the comments, so I thought that those were some good things. I did want to clear up something that I said on the last episode. So when we were talking and going live, I did not fact check myself on something, so I want to pull it back. A Democrat He used to be a Democrat. Oh, and he's quoted as saying, let me actually read the quote. I were to run, I'd run as a Republican. They're the dumbest group of voters in the country. Believe anything on Fox News. I could lie and they'd still eat it up. I bet my numbers would be terrific. I had said that Trump was a Democrat, which we do know he was at one point. That wasn't the problem. But I did say that he called Republicans stupid and that they would be easily, he could run as a Republican. Yeah, and he would get the votes because they're stupid. I looked, and actually somebody on my comments jumped in and said, no, I pulled it on Snopes, on, what is it, Snoop.com? Snopes.
Yep. Snoop might have something like that. I mean, he is well versed. He's got a diverse portfolio there. So Snoop could have a debunking website to compete with Snopes.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Snopes. That's great. See? Full of great information. Anyway, he pulled it up on Snopes, and I trust him. He's a teacher. He teaches religion in schools, and so he bopped on there and goes, I wish it was true, Christy. I wish it was true, but it's not. So I'm taking it back. He never called Republicans stupid, not in public. Can't promise what he said behind closed doors, but he did not say it publicly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So what do you got this week?
I don't know. It depends on where we want to go.
Well, hey,
that's what I was trying to get it together now.
The world is our oyster.
I know. It's been so many things that's happened because I kind of want to talk about some of these picks that Trump is throwing in. Okay. I mean, of course, but I feel like, are we talked out about that at this point? I don't think so, though. It's like, it's weird how news is so new. It's like, but then it feels old within a day or two. Because so much has happened. Yeah, it's like, so that I'm like, if this happened 3 days ago, is it already old news and people don't want to hear about it?
It might be, but I still feel like this is a time capsule, and it's good to look back and see how everybody's reacting to life at this point.
Yeah, that reminds me of something I wanted to talk about, but it's unrelated to politics.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Talk.
It was just an interesting take. He was talking about how everything's going digital and that we're not going to have a real historical accuracy anymore. We can't trust it moving forward because it's like things in print. But I mean, it just makes sense because it's like everything is online and like everything is filtered. And he was saying like at an award show, it'll be live, and what really happens live, you see it live, but then when you go back to rewatch it, they removed it and you're never going to see that again. Or they like filtered it to where they fixed it and you're never going to know, like history's going to change. Kind of like what really happened isn't going to be what's on record moving forward. Like, cause everything's like, digitization has been great. But we are going to lose the accuracy. And then he also said like right now, like, all the music and movies, we don't own any of them. We just rent the platform they're on. But then if they take it off, we'll never see it again. Whereas before, you buy a DVD, you got that DVD forever. Like, there's just so many different areas that like, wow, we really are screwing ourselves in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think about the history revisionism, like how bad that could get. Just because, I mean, we know right now, fake news, and it's like fake history. Fake news, becomes fake history? I don't know.
Well, they're talking, I don't know if I saw the same guy, but it feels like I might have, because I saw it pop up on TikTok, but he was talking about the ownership, how we're losing ownership.
Yeah, that's,
and the example he gave was Alicia Keys. Did we see the same thing? Or
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that interesting? Like, I don't know. It's just the perspective I knew, but it hadn't really settled in. Like, oh, how it could affect history. It's like we get it in the happening now, but like, oh, what's going to happen in 15 years from now?
Mm-hmm. Well, a part of that bothered me is if we're taking the Alicia Keys example, she came out and she had a misnote. She sang off key, which is okay. And then I'm sure it embarrassed her. I mean, that's her moneymaker. I get it. But at the same time, those mistakes make us human. And so, and maybe somebody else that had that mistake happen to them that are younger, and they watch this and they're like, okay, Alicia Keys is like the best singer ever. If she can make a mistake and go out there and do it, it's okay that I made a mistake.
Right.
That's how you grow. And so removing all the mistakes is a bad thing, and a bad thing for kids, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know I took it in a different direction, I know, but it's true.
It's true.
I didn't like it.
That's another area that's like, I don't know.
I'm not going to delete our mistakes.
Thinking about,
we're going to let it hang out.
We will. We'll tell you we screwed up, but we're not going to delete them. I think that's the best practice. Like, don't fix it and act like it never happened. Say, shit, I fucked up. Yeah, and I don't want to do that again.
Can I do one? I just want to say one person that Donald Trump picked. That's it. I'm going to let you run the gamut. I just want to say one person.
Who you want to say?
And I don't even know her name. I don't even have it written down.
Oh, it's a her? Which one?
Oh, yeah. The WWE McMahon.
Linda McMahon.
That's right. What?
Girl.
Education.
Yes, but she's got to be Betty. Better than Betsy DeVos. Like, what? So that one is not bothering me nearly as much as like the Matt Gaetzes of the group.
Oh, well, that's bad.
But Linda McMahon, though, yeah, and you know how I love my documentaries. I just finished watching Mr. McMahon. It's a docuseries on Netflix about basically Mr. Vince McMahon and the WWE, and she's his wife. So it's very timely that like I was watching the show, and like in the documentary, you see how friendly Trump is with Vince McMahon throughout history. They are friends. So, and then it hit me like, oh, but he had her doing something in his last administration. I don't remember what it was, but he had Linda McMahon doing something in his last one as well. I think it was small business. She was like running the small business administration, maybe something like that. So I wasn't too surprised, and I mean she's got to do better than Betsy DeVos. Did you like
her? Did you like her in the episode? Because I know nothing about her. I didn't even know.
Girl, I don't even know
his daughter or his wife. I don't know who she is.
She's Vince McMahon's wife, WWE, the owner of the WWE. And she is, I mean, the family itself, I didn't realize how dysfunctional the McMahon family was to her watching it. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, what happens behind closed doors? Because, like, if you watch WWE, part of Vince's thing is that, like, he's kind of like the bad guy. And he's a really bad guy in real life. Life imitating art, art imitating life. But so it's like, I don't know what kind of person she is, but she's married to a person that I got a good feel that is not really a good person. It's also just very much about the WWE. So you see a lot of the other wrestlers, and it's a lot of really good interviews. Mr. McMahon, I think it's like 4-5 episodes, and it's on Netflix currently.
Okay. All right.
But
so check it out if
good.
You want to learn a little bit more about Linda McMahon. I mean, it's not all about her, but it kind of gives you an inside look as to who she is and what we have in store. And do you like her? Like you said, she was here last year. I don't know anything, so how are we feeling about her? Like, just take away the WWE.
I mean, anyone that's friends with Trump, I'm like, I'm a little.
Well, I know.
A little, but so I don't have an opinion of her other than that. Okay. I guess on the WWE, she had parts too. She was more the nicer owner, I guess. So because she was an owner too. Mm-hmm. She's a smart businesswoman, but they were also greedy business people. So they're the greedy billionaires and all that. They're, kind of, that's gross to me. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's what is going to happen with his government. That's what he's doing. He's setting it up so it's going to be a government for billionaires. Like, he's catering to the billionaire class, and that's who this is going to be for them. Built by them, bought by them, for them. Like, that's what's happening over there. Like, yeah, he's draining the swamp, but he's putting in people that are just as bad on a different level. Like
rats instead of alligators.
Yeah.
There's no difference.
No. Yeah. Like, you put one of the world's richest men in charge of efficiency. Like, what? Like, Elon Musk, like, efficiency? The fuck?
Yeah, well, that's another thing. I mean, like, on the positive, if I was to say anything positive, which I'm glad now I have some perspective that I can. Uh-huh. Elon and Trump went and watched the SpaceX in Texas. And when they were watching this, President Biden, was putting in some judges. And J.D. Vance and another person missed work today, or missed work that day, so they were able to pass it through. So he's stacking them, and Trump came out and was not happy about it. He put a post, and it said, "The Democrats are trying to stack the courts with radical left judges on their way out the door. Republican senators need to show up and hold the line. No more judges confirmed before Inauguration Day." And that was today. He's not happy.
Yeah.
Who else do you have on your list?
There's so many. I mean, who do we want to talk about? Like, do we want to talk about like the people that have sexual assault allegations against them and stuff?
Let's start with
Do
sexual
we want to
assault.
talk about the people who are like super bought by, it's like, who do we want to talk about?
A Republican female came out and said that she's like, everybody's talking about the background checks and the releasing information on everything on the Republican side. I'm all for going in and releasing everything on the Democratic side. And I'm like, hell yeah.
I saw that.
I'm
who was
for that.
It's somebody I know. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
There you go.
I'm not for her at all. But yeah.
No.
She sure did say let's air it all out. And I don't disagree. Let's do it. Like, give us all the tea, Marjorie. Give us all the tea. Mm-hmm. I was wondering that though, like, so since it got leaked, is she gonna still do this, or I want to know. She said, yeah, a lot of people were secretly paid off victims with taxpayer money.
Do you have X? I deleted X.
I never had it. Or no, did I have it? I haven't been on it since it's been X, I don't think. I was on Twitter. Twitter, and I jumped off immediately after.
I was going to stay on X, and because I was like, I want to be able to see what's happening, and then Blue Sky happened. And have you heard about Blue Sky?
A little. Tell us. Do you know? Have you looked into it?
I do.
Tell me.
Actually, I'm on it now. Blue Sky is a place where, everybody goes. It can actually, it's like the old Twitter.
Okay.
It's really, that's what it is.
Oh,
it's
Blue.
Like
Blue Sky. Okay. So.
Yeah. It's more obviously left leaning and Democrats, but there's independents on there too.
Yeah.
It's basically to get rid of the racist hate that's really flying like freely on X. It's unhealthy at this point. And people want a place where they can kind of just feel good. Even though what they're posting may be bad, it's still a place where everybody feels better.
Yeah.
And they're picking up like 8 followers a second.
Wow.
And I think they're at 20 million now. And when I first got it, I got
You got it?
I got one. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to get my name. I like to have Christy Chanel everywhere I am to keep my name. So I went there and I got Christy Chanel. I was able to get it. The first post I see was from Mark Cuban. And I am a Mark Cuban fan. I am. I know you're going to fight me on it, aren't you?
No. I like him too. And I'm just scared of like, oh God, what was he saying?
No, he said he was telling the Blue Sky, he was talking directly to them on how to protect the information, what to do to block and make sure they're getting real emails and make sure the RSS So he was giving them advice on how to make it stronger.
Okay,
yeah.
Very cool.
And he's on there religiously. He was saying congratulations, and he's got his his pharma where he has pharmacy drugs at very low prices. He goes out and he's competitive with other places. So
That's cool.
I felt instantly better when I saw him. I'm just a fan, and until somebody can prove that I shouldn't be, I will remain a fan.
Okay.
I can't help it.
Yeah, I don't have anything negative to say about old Mark Cuban.
Good. I want him. I'd rather he ran. I just think he's more real, and maybe he's more real because he's not in government,
Yeah.
Because that seems to taint a lot of people. Because if you look at some of these people's backgrounds, before they decided to get into politics, there's some good history there on some of them where they're like, they used to do this and they used to fight for this, and it's like, well, what the hell happened to you? Like,
money,
how do you? Yeah.
Greed.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I cannot argue it. Melania. Putin released naked pictures of her.
My God. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody.
Haven't we already had those like available? Like,
I'm sure.
I feel like they were already out there.
Think about it. I mean, it kind of threw me off a little bit because this whole time I'm thinking they're like buddies. But if they're buddies, why would you release naked photos of his wife? What's the angle here?
I don't know.
So I've been thinking it through.
Okay.
So I've come up with a couple of angles. One would be that maybe he's reminding him of a debt owed. Like, don't get too comfortable.
Yeah.
You still owe me. Or maybe it's something Trump knew about so that people would think, okay, go ahead and do that. You know, it's fine. We'll doctor it up and make it look like it's her or whatever. You can do that so people don't think we're in bed with each other.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too.
So.
Yeah, and I'm like, I see either side being accurate. Because I don't think that they're... I don't know. I'll say I don't think they're genuinely friends, but
you don't think that. I don't know about
know.
Genuinely friends, but it just seems like he was pulling
Friendly.
awfully hard for him.
Yeah.
What's the angle there? Why does he care so much? What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't figured that part out. I'm still learning how all the political ties work myself. So
Yeah. Pete Hegseth, he was nominated for Secretary of Defense. And some of the more concerning things about him, this is a quote, "I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles." That's what type of person Pete Hegseth is, and he'll be the Secretary of Defense. He also asked Trump to pardon some military members that were charged with war crimes, so including shooting civilians. So he was okay with that. Like,
wow.
It's never good if you're like, war crimes, I'm all for it, sign us up. Christine Noem, she's another one. She was nominated for Homeland Security Secretary. She was the governor of South Dakota. She is very much against illegal immigration, undocumented immigrants. So, of course, over Homeland Security, you know.
Is she the one that shot her dog or something?
Yes, I do believe so. She would be the first Homeland Secretary in history to have, she actually wrote about it, leading her family dog to a gravel pit and shooting him at close range. She did that, yes.
Was he dying? I mean, like, I'm trying to.
I didn't read it to find the context. That's either way. I
can't imagine she'd write about it unless there was from mercy in some way. But I don't think like that, you know.
Yeah. She also was banned from visiting 3 different tribal reservations in South Dakota. They banned her from coming on to their tribal land, which was about 10% of the state, the land that they claimed. And it's because she said that Mexican drug cartels have been successful in recruiting tribal members to join their criminal activity, and that tribal leaders were benefiting personally from the cartels being there.
Oh.
So, you know, if she's against my people, I'm against her. Lee Zeldin for the EPA. He was a former House of Representatives for New York, and he was big on rolling back regulations, expanding fossil fuel, basically saying, you know, we're already in climate change. Like, fuck it, let's just put it in overdrive. Like, yeah, do all the pollution that we want to do. He has a lifetime score of 14% from the Environmental Advocacy Organization, and he's going to be running the Environmental Protection. And fun fact about him, he voted to overturn the 2020 election results after the mob attacked the Capitol on January 6th. He was like, yeah, I mean, overturn it. He's putting wolves in charge of all the hen houses. That's what's happening.
Why?
Because he's creating a government for billionaires. Like, that's what they're doing. They're patting each other's pockets, and I'm going to take away all the regulations that limit you from just going outright bananas. The disparity between the rich and poor, or no, I shouldn't even say the rich and poor. I should say everybody, the 99% and the 1%, like, the disparity is just going to, I can't imagine what the fuck's going to happen. You know, it's like, shit, maybe we shouldn't even worry about, like World War III and things, and like, them putting chips in all of us and all that. We just need to worry about how fucking rich the rich are about to get. how much richer, like how much richer they're all about to get. And if they got all the money, means we don't have it. And when I say we, I mean the lower 99%. Guess what? If you're listening to our show, you're in that group. You're not the billionaire. It's no longer about millionaires. It's billionaires, trillionaires. These people have an ungodly amount of money. It's like hoarding. And he's putting those people in charge. Like, he's saying sexual harassment's okay again. I mean, you know, it's like you put a person who sexually harasses people in charge of attorney general. Like, he's supposed to be holding people that do that accountable. And you're going to put him in charge of it. He had sex with a 17-year-old. And it said that once he didn't know she was 17, but once he found out, he stopped having sex with her until she turned 18. Matt Gaetz.
There's no
Attorney
way
General.
he's going to make it through. There's no way he's going to make it through.
I mean, it's like one of two things, like you said with the other. It's like, okay, he could have been putting him out there because he's so bad that, you know, what other troll he puts in is like not as bad, so they will pass through. Or they're also pulling the whole, like, if you vote against us, we're coming after you, so you better let him pass through. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know if he's going to pass because the intimidation factor, or if he'll get blocked. But if he gets blocked, they already know that's, you know, they're done for, you know. They're going to come after them. Even if they're Republican, they will come after him.
It's definitely a testing the waters to see who's going to push him hard and who's not going to push him hard.
Yeah.
Who's going to fall in line. And I think that I feel a little bit good because I see the people in the background that are really building advocacy groups and coalitions and being prepared to step up, like the AOC, ACL, ALU. What is it?
ACLU. ACLU.
Yes, ACLU. The ACLU. I'm not good with letters.
You silly.
The ACLU. They put out a full-page article with a headline that says, "We're coming after your fucking ass." Like, it was so good. It was so good. And they're saying, you know, we've been in business for 103 years. This is what we did during your presidency. We're staying here. We're not going anywhere, and you can't do anything about it, and we're ready. And I was just like, fuck yeah. I was so excited. I joined their newsletter. But it gives me hope.
Yeah.
That we got some real fighters out there, you know? And
yeah.
I want to be a part of that. I really do.
You will. You are. I mean, that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
We're getting the information out there to help people understand. I mean, that's what I was thinking about today. Like, I mean, because we're busy moms and we don't have time to keep up with how fast the news goes and the newest things and everything. And like, let us help you with that. Let us keep you help keep you informed.
Yeah. However, we have to get it out to you. We promise to bring you some ways that you can help move this movement forward and be a part of change. And I think it's going to hurt before it gets better. And I know that that's what Trump and J.D. Vance said, but they mean it in your pocket. You know, I'm talking about our lives and equality and what they're going to do to oppress everyone that are already oppressed. You know what I mean? It's going to be worse. And I put out a message because TikTok is really fucked up right now, Phoebe.
Is it?
They have, there was somebody that put out something and you know, there's TikTok shop on it. So this Southern woman comes out and she's got these freaking leggings on, okay? Not stereotypical at all. And she's got these pockets in the leggings and she's like, the libs are coming after us. This is where you can carry your pew-pew. And I'm like, what? Who's coming after who? Right. And everybody pops up and they're like, we don't care about you. You mean nothing to us. You know, why? And so there's like millions of videos of these Southern women going, I got the answer to that. We have, you know, guns and everything. I'm like, more divide. Like, seriously, more divides, more violence. So there was this guy that walked into this store and walks up to a woman and he says these things to her. Like, you know, open season in January on you. And people literally stayed there and stayed silent while he says this to her. And I have a problem with that, Phoebe.
Yeah.
Because if I see somebody walking in saying that to somebody, I'm going to stand toe to toe with that person and let them know we're not going to put up with this shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. You have to stand up for each other.
Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, and I think if it usually only takes one person to stand up, and then more people will be like, yeah, but it takes that one person to start it. Because it's like, I think overall, on a personal level, people are generally good people. You know, it's like, yeah, we have this weird shit dividing us, but they're, you know, it's like, I don't think everyone's going to turn unreasonable. Yeah, we're going to have the pricks that think it's okay, but I think as long as the majority still understands that's not okay, you know, that's how you fight. But I will be the same. You already know, I just wait on hearing some shit like that in public.
I'm betting on Phoebe. I'm betting on Phoebe. That's all I gotta say. I may be slow and older, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna let somebody do that. And it doesn't. If everybody has to feel that way, it can't just be one or two people. It has to be everybody.
Yeah.
Do not let somebody discriminate. Do not let somebody feel like they can own your space.
Yeah.
They cannot.
Yeah, that's what those kids on that campus got right. I mean, if you see something like that happening, even if you don't want to stand up, just pull your phone out. I'm gonna put you on blast, because I guarantee social media is gonna come after him. Like, you know, the kids these days, they're not with the bullshit like that. So it's hard telling what could have really happened.
I will tell you though, I do think it's a good idea. I'm going to Portland and I'm driving, so I bought 2 little tasers. and I think it's a good idea to just have one in your purse, or pepper spray. Now they're saying bear spray, something that makes you feel more comfortable to stand up if that's something that you're scared of, you know.
Yeah.
As a woman, it's something that we always look around the corner. It's just in us to do that. So
hopefully
I'm going to be learning how to use that. I'm giving my daughter one to use when she walks. So
okay, nice.
Ways to protect yourself.
I know we got more. What do you have,
Hit
Christy?
me.
Did you have anything else?
I have 3 pages, but I'm just kind of I'm letting the conversation lead us to where we talk about things.
Yeah.
I will say that, I didn't write the names down. That's my problem.
Tell me a little bit about him. Maybe I'll know the name.
There was a Texas, I don't know what she is. She's a Republican of some sort, a conservative here, that sent Donald Trump and team a message that she would be willing to give up 1.4 acres.
Oh, to build
for a camp,
deportation camps. Yeah.
I don't remember who it was though.
It was just a landowner, someone who owns a lot of land.
Random.
Yeah, a rich ass landowner.
Okay. Yeah,
they're obviously rich to give away that much land. Like, yeah.
That was disheartening. You know how they're trying to put Bible study and they're mixing it in with English, and the whole thing with the Trump Bibles happening in Texas.
Oh, that's so scary.
Well,
yeah.
They passed the first level of this. It was voted in favor of. They still have to go another level to get it fully passed. But they are offering these schools $60 a child.
Who's paying that? Where's that money coming from?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
I'm like, wait, what? I hadn't heard that.
Public schools are getting paid this. They're getting incentivized to teach the fucking Bible
in a public school.
I'm not opposed to it. Teach your kids.
Are you going to teach all the Bibles? Kids. Like, teach all of them then. Let them pick. Are you going to teach the Quran also? Are you going to teach the Book of Mormon? We need to teach it all. Let's teach the Book of Scientology. Shit. Put it out there. Put them all out there.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you.
Take your pick.
And honestly, there's something really amazing about that. I think they have college classes where they teach religion in general.
They do, yeah.
You know, and I love that. It's so interesting. Because the bottom line is they're all good at their core, except forcing it upon people that have no choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gross.
It's very gross.
And then it's like you try to go and battle somebody about it, you know, just debate more or less. And you're like, it's not right. You shouldn't do that. And I will tell you, Phoebe, I have engaged in this conversation. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's not right. You shouldn't do that. There's nothing wrong with teaching the 10 Commandments. And it's good for kids. It's not teaching them anything negative. And it's so hard to argue that point. I'm like, no, it's not. But what if they don't want to learn it? Well, they should, because da-da-da-da-da. It's like the devil, me, fighting the angel and godly person. It's very difficult to have that debate.
Yeah.
Because they can't see through the lens in which they're looking at. I've learned that you cannot convince someone of your side anymore. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So now what are we up to? 3 writers of Project 2025? I think so. And J.D. Vance wrote the foreword of a new book. Have you heard about the new book? There's a new book, Phoebe. There is a new book. I have not.
The new Founding Fathers book?
I think
it's off the purge. That's off the purge, girl. It better not be.
It sounded good. I'm like, I think that's it.
Yeah.
It is the purge, it seems like.
It could shit. What people he's putting in charge, because there's, like you mentioned that Tom Homan. Like, he's the border czar. He's going to be over deportations, and he's pushing to make it okay for raids to take place in schools, hospitals, and churches, religious institutions. So, like, ICE could come busting in a student in a school and take children. Could you imagine how traumatizing that would be?
I can't imagine it.
They can come busting into a hospital and rounding people up? Like, what the fuck?
I'm still trying to look up this damn book.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the name. Fuck that. No, I'm not looking up this book. I don't want people to buy it. I don't want people to give them more money. No. There you go. And J.D. Vance wrote the foreword to it.
And I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Fucking writers. And I'm not going to promote it. So I'm not even going to put it on YouTube.
Okay.
There you go.
Pivot? What are we pivoting?
We're pivoting. Well, we were at work, and while we were at work, there was some stuff released that has to do with aliens living in the ocean. Caught me off guard. It's just a normal work day. And, well, I'm not going in the ocean anymore. That's done. No cruises. No water skiing. Done.
I mean...
Done.
The ocean is really big.
Yeah, done.
Shit, who knows? If Jaws didn't scare you out of the water, aliens will, Christy.
They did. Jaws scared me out of the water, too. I've always felt weird about the water.
The ocean is scary as hell to me. Like, it's so scary. I wouldn't want to live on how people live right there. Fuck that.
Well, I mean, even lakes, Phoebe, like when they say, oh, we were partying, then he just jumped off and I never saw him again. Well, why not? Where'd he go?
Yeah.
What happened?
I know, yeah.
And that's a number of people.
Yeah.
What happens? Why do you a good swimmer and you never see him again? Why? I'm not in. I'm not in. Count me out. Count me out.
What was it about the aliens in the lakes? I mean, in the oceans. Just that they are saying that that's...
Could be the lakes too. Shit. What about it? It's just that they...
I actually read a Dean Koontz book, and it was about an alien. In the end, there was an alien, and he lived in the lake. Promise to God, I read it kind of recently.
What I'm saying. Oh my God, I know, and they probably grabbed these poor people. I'm telling you, it happened to a famous Glee star too. She was swimming with her kid. And she jumped off the boat and never came back up again. She helped him get up, and that was it. Yep.
But didn't people say that she did it on purpose, maybe? Or no? I thought she committed. No, okay. So
I watched a lot on that. No, she wouldn't leave her kid in the middle of a boat in the middle of the water. She loved him. And she saved his life. You know, she put him up there and then she went under. But why? What is happening in those waters? So I would feel like the lakes have them too. And it's probably like a housing market. It's like
I can't believe we're having this conversation.
And the lakes are for like low renters. Low renters.
Yeah, and you gotta have money to get to the bottom of the big old ocean. You gotta have that good technology. Yeah. You gotta have that Elon technology.
That's right. The lakes are for us, Phoebe. We're in the lakes. All right?
The billionaires are in the ocean. I got it.
Yeah. Right. So I don't know how we got here, but I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something to it.
Shit, I can't disprove it. I don't disbelieve it. At this point, they could, I had a conversation with my husband the other day, and he was like, do you think that aliens are already here? Like, do you think they're already amongst us? And in disguise as humans? And he thinks so. He's like, how could they not be? Like, They were supposedly like taking our DNA for how long now? They could be human clones already, and then they go to the ocean when they're not in their human form.
So the RH factor, they're saying, is directly connected to aliens, because RH negative is a big deal. Like if you're O negative, okay, they can give anybody blood,
Right.
and it's very rare. My stepmother is that. She has that blood type, and so they're saying that they can't figure out what the lineage of the RH negative factor is. RH blood. So I don't know. Do you have negative RH factor?
I don't know. I don't have O type.
I don't know if it's O specifically, or if it's, you know how it's O negative or positive, and
I don't know what the
fucking
RH
know.
factor is.
I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor, but I know that they're saying something about RH. I thought it was RH negative blood. I don't know. So I guess there's aliens amongst us, and they don't know where that factor comes in, and they can't trace it back to anywhere. And there's only like 10 to 20% of the population that have it.
That's
And
the
that's
aliens.
a very low percentage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they think it's the alien connection there. And
I mean, my husband's convinced Elon Musk is an alien, honestly. He's like, you can't tell me that man's an alien, not an alien. I'm like, Mark Zuckerberg, I can't tell you he's not. Have you seen the video of him when he was in front of Congress and he kept on like taking sips of water?
no.
It was
You gotta
funny.
send me that.
And what someone
You
had
gotta-
said about it is like, it almost looks like it's an alien trying to act human, like humans should drink sips of water. Like, and he did it like the whole thing, and he kept on like, I remember his little tongue was like,
Ew.
but it was, you should watch it, because it was a very ew, and it does give you, it's a definite ick factor, and he could definitely.
And it wasn't doctored.
No.
You sure?
I mean, maybe by now it's been doctored.
Yeah. Now the tongue is pointy.
Yeah, right.
Video. Yeah. So with all that said, will you go in the ocean?
Yeah. I don't go very far out. Now, you mean like a cruise ship? I still haven't gone on a cruise. I don't know. I mean, I might. If they want to get me, if they want to get you, they're going to get you. Aliens, I mean.
There's two really big mysteries. The Bermuda Triangle.
And is that still a mystery? I never hear about it anymore.
Well, they connect that space to disappearing, certain things disappearing.
Oh.
And that space is directly over water. Mm-hmm. So there could be a connect there.
Yeah.
And then there was a plane that went missing.
Yes.
It's been that plane where they show footage. Now, I don't know if it's doctored. I'm not able to tell. But how the plane goes behind this area and then disappears. And there's a movie about it. So it's deep mystery.
Yeah, I think it disappeared, though, because they turned their stuff off. They made their self disappear.
Okay,
maybe.
hold on. I've not...
I guess maybe
why
not.
Why would they do that with everybody on the airplane? Like, why?
Because the guy was suicidal.
The pilot?
Are you? Yeah.
Oh. Mystery solved.
Unless we're talking about different planes that disappear, there could be more than one.
It starts with an M.
Thailand.
Yeah, it's that one. We're talking about the same one.
Yeah, no, I think that they found
we come
out
with
that...
the information that has no details. That's what we do. Google is free.
Shit, but Google's going to give us... We could look up... We should do it. We should test this.
Affiliate?
No, I was going to say, go to Google, and what's something we should look up? Let's look it up. Let's look up the same thing at the same time and see if we get the same results, because we won't. You know that Google is like biased on what it gives you. Like, it's going to give you what it thinks is going to entice you to click. So it's like, if Google knows that you're kind of leaning towards this or super hate this, it's going to...
Okay, let's do it.
So what should we look up?
Let's look up missing airplane.
Missing airplane?
Yeah. Just type in exactly missing airplane. And then audience at the home, and you at home, I want you to try it too. Missing airplane.
We might have got the
Let's see if we
same thing on this. What'd you get? What's the first thing you got?
I got to spell it right. So hold on. Airplane. Hold on. Okay. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370.
Wikipedia is the
that?
top. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this I think would get the same thing. I think it's more if it's like something that could be biased, like more opinionated. Like,
Okay.
if we
so
both looked up,
if you just type in a word happy,
I get Merriam-Webster as my top.
I get Pharrell Williams as my top. See, it's a YouTube video.
Yeah, I got that under Merriam, but my top is Merriam-Webster. That's funny.
Merriam-Webster. I don't think I have anything.
Really? Huh.
No, I've got the Pharrell, and then it has happy again, Wikipedia, and then IMBD happy, the TV series, and then the happy definition, Merriam-Webster. I guess I do have it.
Mine are in a totally different order than yours. I can say that.
They are?
We have similar stuff, but ours are totally in different orders.
But do you have the pink happy and the whole video and everything is your first thing?
No, I don't have.
It's like all pink.
I don't have anything pink. No.
And the video's playing.
No, I don't have that at all.
That is, and the whole thing is happy with pink all over it, and it's lyrics. Listen, artist.
Mine is literally definition. That is a difference then. You know, Google knows I'm a fucking nerd, and it knows you're into pop culture.
That is so true. Okay, see, I'm so glad we were able to prove this. Yeah, I mean, my whole freaking thing is like pink. That's crazy. I want the audience at home to type in happy and see what it brings up. Are you seeing the video like me with a whole different color? Or are you seeing Phoebe, what Phoebe saw?
That wasn't a good example, though. There's crazy examples I know.
You did it. You brought up the example.
I shouldn't have brought it up. We bring things with no facts.
None.
Is that what you said earlier? You warned people at least.
No, they know.
Really?
Phoebe and I are here to discuss headlines with no detail. Do you want to share any words of parting?
No.
I almost choked.